how's it going, y'all? I know it's been a while since we posted a video. It's her fault. It's probably my fault. We're still out here doing it. We didn't drive off the edge of the earth. The COVID didn't get us. We're still out here. We're still having fun. We're still making money. So we figured, actually she figured, that I should give this video thing another go. So here we are. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's staying healthy, keeping their hands washed, sanitized, Lysol wipes. I've become professional at finding Lysol wipes in the stores because can't find them anywhere. Anyhow, just gonna make a quick video. Had somebody email and had a few questions, about CDL school and where to go and what do I think about this and what do I think about that. And shout out to Steve and Terry. Sorry about butchered that. Some of the questions they asked was talking about, what would be a good school and not a good school. And the short answer is, however you have to get your CDL, for the most part. If paying for your own school is something that you can do, then going to an accredited school. I know some places like FedEx or Schaefer and Crete, they don't necessarily hire new grads. They will hire new grads, but only from certain, what they'll consider, accredited schools to them. So if that's something that you're thinking about, and if you got a company in mind and they want certain schools, make sure you're going to a school off of one of those lists. However, the big thing is just getting your CDL. If you have to go to like a Prime or something like that, hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think from what I hear, Prime is a pretty decent starter company, especially with teens. I think they start teens, and don't quote me on this because I ain't never worked at Prime, but when I hear, I think they start in the mid 50-some cent a mile to start for teens. It's pretty good pay to start for a teen. The big thing is just getting in there and getting that experience, because once you get your experience, once you get 6 months or a year, if you go to Prime and you go to their school and they're going to pay for it, you're probably going to end up doing a year for it. But once you get that year done, which will go by really, really fast, trust me, it'll go by fast. You pretty much got your pick for the most part of where you want to go. There's still some places that you might have to have 2 years or better experience in. Now, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because especially right now, and it seems like out here there's a big need for teams right now. They're wanting teams pretty bad, especially husband and wife teams, where number one, you're on the same schedule, but two, you got that relationship already. You ain't got to worry about leaving your partner on the side of the road. She stopped dropping me off on the side of the road 6 months ago. I'm kidding. She's only done that a few times. But yeah, especially husband and wife teams. Plus, that's good for the husband and wife. All the money goes into one household. But going to work somewhere like Prime, you have to think about what you're looking for and what's going to fit your needs and what's going to fit your schedule. That guy's going to get ran the hell over. And sorry about that. But yeah, what fits your needs as far as what you got going on at home? Do you need to be home every weekend? What you're looking to haul? You want to be driving? You want to be reefer? I'm not sure. Surely to God, Prime does driving. I'm not sure. I know they do reefer. And also, like if you're running reefer, think of it like this: if you catch a reefer load for a team, your company needs to keep you running. Your reefer loads are probably live unloads and live loads, live unloads. You're also going to have a lot of wait time under reefer. You're going to get paid more CPM. There's going to be a lot of waiting around. So I know our gig, what works for us is 99.99% of the time we're dropping hook, so there's no waiting. So we're constantly moving, which is constantly turning the miles. And also we're home every weekend. We're usually out to the West Coast and back. But you have to make sure that a company fits you. However, keep in mind that your first 6 months to a year, you're just learning the business. Don't worry about finding your forever job or anything like that. And I know somebody, they always say, I don't want to make the wrong decisions. I promise you, you're not going to make a decision that you can't fix or something like that. The big nasty secret is the trucking industry is a revolving door. People switch jobs all the time. I'm not advocating for switching jobs all the time, but you can't work in a job that you're not happy at. I mean, you don't want to be out here on the road, away from the house, away from the family, away from, kids or whatnot, if that's what you got, and be unhappy. You're going to be miserable, and it's going to be multiplied out here on the road. And if you're not in a job where you're happy at, so make sure, you just get in there and get your CDL and get your experience. While you're getting your experience, then you'll hear things on the road, or you'll be able to talk to other drivers about other companies, and you'll be able to call up different companies, and you'll know the questions to ask more than anything. Because once you get out here and get to learning, if you're like me, I tend to overthink things and let my brain get in the way. So don't let your brain mess you up. You're not going to make a bad decision per se, especially if you're ending up with a CDL and training and experience. Then you can make decisions about companies later on about that. And maybe you get into Prime or somewhere like one of these mega carriers, and that's what you like and that's where you want to stay. There's nothing wrong with that either. One thing about those mega carriers, are always going to have the freight, especially running reefer. I mean, people are going to eat. You're going to be running those reefer loads like crazy, trying to keep up with things, especially how things are going on, or how things are going in the country right now. Speaking of which, we just got flipped off coming through Albuquerque. Apparently, there was a bunch of protests on a bridge, and they were being so nice to us. They gave us the bird, so that was cool to see. But yeah, if you're not wanting to stay at somewhere like Prime, or somebody that's probably going to be more dropping hook, you could look at FedEx or something like that. FedEx, you're probably going to be running doubles, so you'll have to have your doubles endorsement when you get your CDL. Make sure you get a doubles endorsement. They're going to be all dropping hooks, so you're just going to be running out to a terminal. You're not going to be bumping their docks or anything like that. A lot of people like that. You're just running out to a terminal, might be across country, and you're dropping, some doubles or something like that, and picking some other doubles up, and going to a different terminal or coming back home. Either way, you're turning the miles, and I don't think they pay too shabby either. Some of them, or at least the ones around my house, don't pay too bad. I think they're upwards in the 60-some cents a mile or something like that for a team. And that could work out good. You're just going to have to deal with doubles. So, if you don't mind that, you could look into them. R&L carriers, I think they pay not sure how much experience you have to have there. So I mean, the common denominator here is just find somewhere in to get your CDL, get some experience, and then you'll either decide you like where you're at, or you can decide that it didn't quite fit your lifestyle or whatnot, or it's not exactly what you're looking for, or there's certain things that you don't like or do like, or things that you don't like that you can't handle. Because there's going to be things that you don't like about any company you go to. You're not going to like everything about every company. But just get in there and get that experience, and start understanding the way you get paid. The pay, not just the pay scale as far as cent per mile, but understand how you get paid in trucking. There's different ways to get paid, whether it's detention pay or layover pay or breakdown pay or fuel bonuses or mileage bonuses and this and that. Understand how those things work, because different companies do it different ways, and it seems like they're always trying to wiggle their way out of paying those fuel bonuses or mileage bonuses. They always, for lack of a better way to say it, they always try to screw you out of those things by different little rules that you have to follow. Like you showing up 1 minute late for an appointment, which you shouldn't do. But if it happens that way, then that 1 minute late, well, they're going to say you don't qualify for fuel bonuses and safety bonuses or whatever, mileage bonuses or whatever that company tends to call them. Now, what showing up 1 minute late has to do with a fuel bonus, I don't know, but that's how they do it. They'll knock you out of the running for those. So a lot of that stuff is gimmicks. They'll get you in. Recruiters will tell you to get you in the door, and they'll tell you about these big old sign-on bonuses they got. And I think I saw one company offering like a $40,000 sign-on bonus. They don't tell you is that's paid over so many odd years. But I mean, if you like that company, then that's that much more bonus that you'll get, I guess. Just don't sweat the small details. Don't worry about making mistakes. Worry about getting in there, getting the CDL in hand, getting trained on driving the truck, how to back the truck, how to go into a shipper. Listen, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if people like it or not, it's the easiest job I've ever had. Okay, I'm sorry, it doesn't take a whole lot. Once you figure out how to drive the truck, once you figure out how to back the truck, and the rest is you're basically going to show up to a stop, make sure you're on time, walking the paperwork inside. You're either going to hand them a piece of paperwork and they're going to sign it, or they're going to hand you a piece of paperwork and you're going to sign it. Then you're going to go back to your truck, you're going to go to your next load. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out, trust me. And for the most part, the way I kind of look at it is, like I said, we're out and back home every weekend. You're pretty much driving for 2 days, unloading or swapping trailers out for 1 day, then you're driving back home for a couple of days. So I mean, it's like I said, it's not brain surgery or rocket science or anything like that. Just make sure you like the person that you're riding with, all right? Because being married and getting along is all well and good until things it's frustrating out here on the road, and the truck is a very small space. You're going to get on each other's nerves every once in a while. Every now and again, we want to pinch each other's heads off. That usually lasts long, and everything works out good, and we enjoy what we do, and we have fun doing it. And that's the big thing. Just have fun doing what you're doing. Don't worry about making money, because money's going to come, especially if you're running teams, especially right now. I thought something was flying off his truck when I looked up. But just relax. Don't overthink everything. Don't worry about making mistakes. You're not gonna mess anything up that you can't fix as far as choices on companies and this and that. Like I said, trucking companies are kind of a revolving door. And people move around, and it's just the way it goes. They move around till they find what works for them. Now, don't start moving around because this place pays a penny more than this place, and you're going to go there, and then you're going to realize that this place over here pays a penny more cent per mile than that place. Then you're moving again, and it's not worth it. By the time you get done moving, you done lost money going through training. It's not worth it. So just get in there, get your CDLs, get behind the wheels, get trained up, learn how to operate the truck, learn the business, and then start seeing jobs that are out there that'll pay more for your experience level once you get a year in, especially being a team. You're sought after, especially right now. So just keep an eye out on open jobs. Get online and search open jobs. Ask people on the road, about their company or whatnot, and just find what works for you. Some of these med carriers are going to want you out 2, if not 3 weeks at a time. So if that's a deal breaker, now you're starting to limit your options as far as that goes. So I can't tell you exactly what company would be best or what company is better over another company, because it really it breaks down to your needs and what fits you. Now, when I was researching before we did our CDL thing, and I was online and watching people and they'd give you that answer, I would get frustrated that nobody's giving you a straight answer. So it's kind of hard to explain that. Just worry about the CDL and getting your experience. That's all that first year really needs to be. And you'll understand what we mean when we say it varies under different circumstances. Because I can, what's a good company for me might not be a good company for you. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I know I got frustrated when I heard that answer, but you're just gonna have to trust me on that. But like I said, just get your CDL. Everything will fall into line. I promise it will. Don't overthink it like I did. Take it from me. I sat there and overthought everything. I had everything wrote down, and this company this, and this company that, and these are the questions I'm going to ask them, and these are the questions I'm going to ask them. There's nothing wrong with having questions ready. Just don't overthink it. Don't think of it like, don't think of it like I'm going to make a decision to get my CDL here, and I'm going to go to work here, and that means I'm stuck here for the rest of my life. That's not what that means. Okay, so just don't overthink it. Get your CDL, get your experience, and you too will know where it is you want to go, where it is you want to work. If you do go to a primary mega carrier, probably mostly anywhere except one place that I know, you're going to train separate. If it's a problem that your wife is training separate from you, if you don't want your wife training separate from you, your wife doesn't want to be trained separate from you, you're really going to have to do some searching. There's only one place I know of that lets you train together. And as far as I know, they're still doing that, and that's Covenant Transport. They'll let you train together on the same truck at the same time. Some people might want to not train together, so while they're going through the growing pains, they're not going to get aggravated at each other going down the road. It just depends on your relationship. But I mean, everything will be fine, so don't sweat the small things. Alright? So I guess we'll try to keep these videos coming. At least that's what she told me we'll do. So I guess that's what we'll try to do. So keep it between the lines. Shiny side up. Catch y'all later.